Welcome back to B for Crypto, and yes, I told you so that we're going to break out from this trend line, and exactly that happened. We broke out towards the upside and Bitcoin reached the level of $17,250. So guys, what could we expect? What are we going to see in the crypto market that could bring the price even higher and reach the levels of $18,000? Or even this trend line that we have round about the levels of $18,600. We're going to find out exactly that, and we're also going to look at Ethereum because we opened this long position and boom, we hit our price target and the take profit round about the levels of $1,300 for Ethereum. So what is going to happen next? Where's the next trade for Bitcoin and Ethereum? We're going to find out what we could expect during this week because yes, on Thursday we're going to see the next CPI release and we're going to find out what is the overall perspective and what could we see during this week. I'm also going to show you this very interesting chart that I found on Twitter. So guys, make sure to watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe, and most importantly, activate the bell so that you always get notified when I upload a new video. And by the way, make sure to check out cryptoclothing.com over on Instagram because they have really cool crypto designs, especially for Bitcoin, like I told you so. So guys, make sure to check them out over on Instagram, and now let's directly start with today's content. And yes, we're going to start on the daily chart for Bitcoin, and as you guys can see, we perfectly broke out towards the upside, and at the moment we are at the level of $17,200. But guys, as you can see, we have a lot of resistance that comes from this resistance area over here. So guys, we could expect that we're going to see a small retracement from these areas. But first of all, we're going to draw the Fibonacci retracement tool to find out where could our next resistance area be. And first, I'm going to remove all of these drawings, and then we can find out where would be our next resistance. And first of all, we're going to find out where would be the next resistance points according to the support and resistance of the price movement. And guys, you can see that in these levels, round about the level of $17,500, we could expect some resistance from these candles, but we're going to draw the Fibonacci retracement tool from the swing high round about the levels of $18,400 all the way to the swing low, and then we can see that our Fibonacci retracement levels would be in these areas. We broke out from the 38.2, and at the moment we are in between the 50% and the 38.2. You can clearly see that at the 61.8 there's our resistance area that we have just drawn in from the levels of $17,500. So guys, I could expect that we're going to see a small retracement and a consolidation exactly at this resistance point, and then we could expect the next breakout in these regions, and then we could see a consolidation in between these ranges. So guys, we're going to draw the next Fibonacci retracement level, and that is from the swing low all the way to the swing high that we have formed round about the levels of $17,250. And then we can see the level that we could expect a retracement. And for that, we're going to go on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. And on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, you can see very clearly that we're going to see our next support round about the levels of the 23.6%. So guys, as you can see, we have a lot of resistance in these areas. And yes, it is also the 38.2 from this Fibonacci retracement level from the swing high towards the swing low, exactly in these regions. So guys, we could expect a retracement for Bitcoin exactly to the levels of the 23.6 and also the 38.6. So this would be the region of $17,090. So guys, we could see a retracement all the way to the levels of 17,000 roughly. So this would also be a good area where we are going to open the next trade at this resistance area, which now turns into support. So I would open my next long position exactly in these regions. So I would place my entry round about the levels of 17,066, and then I would adjust my take profit all the way to the top to the levels of 17,539. So let's say 17,540. And my stop loss is going to be exactly at a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So this would be exactly here at the levels of $16,890. Here would I set my stop loss if we're going to see this retracement, and I would place my limit order exactly in these levels. So if the price of Bitcoin comes down in these regions, we're going to open our long position towards the upside. Because guys, I think that we're going to consolidate and maybe form a W in these regions with a breakout point round about the levels of 17,200 US dollars. And then we're going to break out from these regions. Putting our entry points in these regions would be the best trade that we could take for Bitcoin. And we're also going to look for the next trade for Ethereum. So guys, if you want to trade all of these moves first, make sure to be in my free Telegram group. Links are in the video description. And guys, sign up with my BitGet link to receive a major deposit bonus. And guys, we're going to go over to the next trade of Ethereum. But first we're going to find out what is going to happen on the daily chart for Ethereum. And we're also going to draw the Fibonacci retracement levels from the swing high all the way down to the swing low. And then we can see that yes, at the moment, we are at the 38.2 from the swing high all the way down to these levels, and we're trying to break these levels. So guys, if we're going to see this breakout, and yes, you can see that we're also forming a W on the daily chart, which is quite bullish for Ethereum. So we're going to find out what is going to be our price target if we're going to break out from this 38.2. And we're going to take the measured move all the way to the potential breakout, and then we can see that yes, we could break this trend line towards the upside, and this is very bullish for Ethereum because you can also see that we have the 200 moving average exactly at this trend line. So our first price target, if we're going to break out from this W, we could reach the levels of 1,500 US dollars in the immediate short term for Ethereum. And this is also going to be my next trade. We're going to go on the 4-hour chart to exactly look at our entry point and the stop loss and the take profit. And guys, remember, if you want to copy all of my trades, make sure to be in my free Telegram group. So first of all, yes, we had our take profit on this trade on Ethereum. It took a while. We entered our position round about the levels of 1,240, where we broke out from this trend line. And guys, you could see that the price came all the way back down to our entry point. And guys, this trade just worked perfectly. We saw that Ethereum bounced off from our entry points and our stop loss was totally safe down here round about the levels of 1,222. So guys, we could also see for Ethereum that we're going to see a retracement in these areas and maybe even bounce off from the support. But guys, first of all, we're going to draw the Fibonacci retracement tool from the swing low all the way to the swing high. So guys, yes, you can see that the 23.6 is exactly in these regions. So we could expect that Ethereum will see a retracement all the way down to the levels of 1,280 US dollars. But guys, let me first remove this old trade because yes, we made some profits on this trade. But now we're going to find out where's the next trade for Ethereum and how can we profit from this bullish move. Because guys, I think that this week is going to be quite bullish, and we're going to find out exactly now why this week could be very important for the overall markets. But now we're going to find the next trade for Ethereum, and yes, I'm going to put my entry point exactly at the 23.6, so round about the levels of 1,280, and then I'm going to drag my take profit all the way up to this resistance point round about the level of 1,350 US dollars, and my stop loss I'm going to drag all the way to the 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio, because guys, we don't want to get stopped out and lose a lot of money, and that's why we are taking a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And this means if we're going to win one trade and lose 2 trades, we're still going to be in profit. So guys, my next trade entry is going to be all the way at the levels of 1,280 US dollars for Ethereum, and I'm going to place a limit order exactly in these regions because I expect that we're going to see a retracement for Bitcoin and also Ethereum towards the 23.6, and then we're going to bounce off from these regions. And yes, maybe we're going to test it once or twice before we're going to see the breakout towards the upside. But guys, we're going to scalp the market and make some profits on Bitcoin and Ethereum to maximize our holdings. But guys, let's go over to the news and let's find out what is going to be very important during this week. And yes, on Thursday we're going to get the next CPI release or CPI. And guys, at the moment we have a forecast of 6.6, and this means that the overall inflation might come down. But guys, for the first time we're going to see a forecast of 5.7 for the core CPI, and that is going to be big. So guys, if we're going to get this positive CPI data, we could expect a massive relief rally for the markets, especially the crypto markets for Bitcoin and Ethereum. But guys, let's go over to this very important chart that is telling us at the moment that yes, the long-term holders are holding strong. And guys, that is what you should do. And you can see from this graph that all the short-term holders are leaving the markets. And yes, Bitcoin is emerging as a useful vehicle for long-term savings. because of its network stability, hardware wallets and multi-signature. Expect this trend to continue as leveraged short-term or paper hands or short-term investors leave the markets. And that is quite important, guys, because now is the best opportunity to buy Bitcoin. And guys, you don't want to hold these because they will turn useless. So guys, hold on to your Bitcoin and let's go over to the next chart. Yes guys, we are 66% in the halvening, in the third halvening. So what could we expect? Yes, last time where we were at these levels at the year 2015, we could see that we had this positive move towards the next halving, and then we started with this parabolic run towards the upside. And yes, in these areas round about the levels of 2009, we also saw that we were at 60% of the halvening, and then we saw this bullish move towards the halvening, and then again this parabolic run towards the upside. So guys, at the moment we're in these levels, and yes, we are so close to the bottom, so that's why holding Bitcoin is very important. So guys, make sure to be a part of my free Telegram group where you can copy my trades and sign up to BitGet to receive a massive deposit bonus. And guys, make sure to be for crypto and don't hold fiat currencies, buy Bitcoin and be for crypto. Make sure to smash up the like button and subscribe and activate the bell so that you always get notified when I upload a new video. And we see each other in the next video.